Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Samp and Chance. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, and with me, Mr. Chance. Michael Chance, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing wonderful, man. How you doing?
Good, good, man. Happy Tuesday. The one day of the week that no one seems to have any issues with, I say.
Good call. Good call.
Right? I mean, yeah, Tuesday's that day. No one really has any beef with Tuesday.
No, just kind of there, just getting, hoping for Wednesday, Thursday, get close to the end of the week.
Absolutely.
We
So
got
it's,
a big weekend coming up. We got All Star, Loft Country in 2 weeks, so it's getting there.
yeah, yeah. So we will be focusing a little bit on wrestling today. We haven't done that since WrestleMania, but that being said, we had an amazing month of April of fights. Um,
Trip.
right, we did Vegas as well. We did so much just boxing related that we didn't neglect wrestling, but we kind of put it on the back burner a little bit. But that being said, the whole last month was just a build up to the last pay-per-view that just happened for the WWE, WrestleMania Backlash. Uh, 6 matches, and I'll be honest, man, the whole card was just really focused on wrestling. It was
Mhm.
a real wrestling focused pay-per-view, which was really good to see. All the matches were good. I think everything was really solid on this.
It was a good card. Really good card.
Yeah, this is a quick rundown here. So Madcap Moss went over Happy Corbin, which was expected, I guess, to a certain point. I don't know how much is left in that feud. I kind of want to see it end now. I want to see Madcap do something outside of the Happy Corbin realm.
Yeah, me
That's
too.
just my opinion. Just to kind of expand himself and just see what else he can do. You know what I mean? He's worked really well. He's got great chemistry with Corbin, but I think it's time for both those guys to get new programs.
I totally agree. Yeah, it's kind of run its course now. I
Absolutely.
love Mad Cat, man. I said it many times. The guy looks like $1 million. Sky's the
Yeah,
limit here.
yeah, no, he looks really good. He's got charisma. He's got all the elements to be successful. The physique, the in-ring work,
Yep.
mic work. He's good. He's good through and through. Riddick Moss. I mean, that's I remember him from Ring of Honor and whatnot. So I mean, he's always been a standout in my opinion. I'm glad he's here and I'm glad he's finally getting his opportunity.
Me too.
Moving on, AJ versus Edge. Edge wins again, and again with outside interference. That's twice now that Edge has beaten him. Interesting here, they added to their faction Judgment Day. So Damian Priest is already a part of it. He kind of came out and made his presence known at WrestleMania, which cost AJ the win. The third member of this entourage now made their presence known and caused AJ the distraction for Edge to pick up the win again. Rhea Ripley
That's
is
a great
now
fit. That's a perfect fit for her.
right, and it worked really well. It looked really good. I mean, she's dyed her hair black, everything. She's kind of got it all going on now. She even has that little tattoo or a kind of sticker tattoo of the scales that Edge
Yeah.
uses all the time. Interesting thing here. I know you're not. I know you don't follow AEW that much per se, but it really reminds me of the House of Black. This whole Judgment Day.
Yeah, I can see the similarities. Yeah.
I'm just the way I'm looking at it and whatnot. I mean, they're different, but they just have that same kind of conceptual feeling to it. It's just kind of
Yeah.
interesting. Interesting
This
thing
this is a
here
good
too.
faction here with Edge and Priest and Rhea. Rhea's always had that gothic, heavy metal look to her. So this is a natural fit for her. Should be easy for her.
Her and Damian Priest both.
Yeah.
Edge came out on Monday Night Raw with huge changes. He cut all his hair off.
Yeah. Surprising, eh? Nice trying to change it up, I guess, for this new faction. I don't mind it.
It's interesting. I kind of almost thought the ponytail would work, but I kind of like how he styled it. Tapered all into the back into like a V shape. So it was kind of cool. It's kind of cool to see. He must have done that yesterday morning because I mean he had long hair at the pay-per-view.
Yeah. No, it's a good look for him. It's something different to go with this new faction he's got. So I like it. This is a
Yeah.
good mix.
And then Bobby Lashley versus Omos. Omos gets the win here with outside interference help from MVP. So they're keeping Omos strong, I guess, in a
I
way. I
like
mean,
that. I'm glad almost got the win. He needed it.
well, I mean, he couldn't lose two in a row, right? I mean, that's the
No.
first time he's lost. Losing twice to Lashley. It's an interesting program. I don't know where they're going to go with this or how long they can go with it. I mean, at what point I personally think they got to break it at some point because if it goes too long, one guy's going to lose steam, in my opinion.
Yeah.
right? You've built up this monster in Lashley, and you built up this humongous monster in Omos. It'd be a shame to see, one of these guys kind of get
What
pushed
would
down
you
a
do
bit.
with Omos if you were Vince McMahon? What would your next feud? What would you do with him?
I don't. He's a spectacle, really. I mean, just the way they portray him and everything. He's like Big Show, and he's like, other big men that have kind of come through in the past. He has to be. I think he's just. It's hard to put a title on the guy because
Mhm.
his power is so immense and this and that. I mean, the odd guy can beat him for the most part in terms of kayfabe and whatnot. But I mean, ultimately, I don't know what you do with him. I mean, I think his shelf life isn't that big.
He's got
And
giantism, you know that, right?
but I think he got the operation, didn't he?
I'm not sure if he did or not, but I don't know if that can be cured or not. But he's got a
It
lot of
can.
health problems.
It can. It's a gland in the back of your neck, I believe, and
Oh, is
that's
it?
what Big Show did. Yeah, when they discovered it on Andre, he said, "Don't worry about it now; it's too late." Right? I mean, he felt like it wouldn't help him or whatnot. But Big
Okay.
Show got the operation done. It's a gland that's in the back of on your spine somewhere. And correct me if I'm wrong, listeners, if you're listening. Let us know in the comments below. Hey, you know what? I forgot, guys. Before anything else, before we go any further, please like and subscribe. The more you guys like, the more you guys subscribe, the better we can get, the better content that we can put out. Be meaning to kind of get that in at the beginning of the show, but better late than never, I always say. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Facebook. Everything in the descriptions below, so you can find us.
And put your
Uh,
comments in the bottom, good or bad. Just write them. We don't care. Say what you got
yeah,
to say.
we want to hear everything, good, bad, the ugly. You know what? It's awesome. That means that people are listening, people are engaged, and that allows us to know what you guys want to hear and how we can give you guys a better product. All
Some
right, so
people would have known we were in Vegas had they listened to the full show. But I won't mention any names.
top dollar.
Top dollar. That guy's awesome, dude.
All right, man. Yeah, this is a huge shout out to Top Dollar, man. That guy got to come on now. I think we got
He's
to
a good,
bring
he's
on.
entertaining. He's an exciting guy, man. He's
I
funny.
think I think we got to bring on Top Dollar, man. He is into the Muay Thai and kickboxing and whatnot. So I mean,
Yeah.
one day down the road. So Top Dollar, if you're hearing, holla back at us. Let us know. All right, so back to the show. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, part two. Cody wins it again with heel move. He grabbed
I
the
was
tights.
surprised. I thought Seth was gonna take this and even it out, but they're really building Cody, right? Which is good. I don't blame him.
No, no, they're building Cody, but I also liked how they added that, heel kind of move that he pulled to win.
Yeah.
I mean, the storyline tells me that this isn't over. I think this is going to go into SummerSlam.
Do you think so?
Um,
It's a good
Possibly.
feud and they're having good matches, right? Why not keep it going?
Well, I mean, it's going pretty well, and it's just like both guys want the belt, both guys want the strap, right?
Yeah.
And on Raw last night, Cody had his first title shot since he's come back against Austin Theory for the U.S. title, which he
Yeah.
was ready to win until Seth came in and disrupted it. So I think you're going to see a lot of this back and forth and disrupting each other. And I see Cody turning heel eventually here.
I think so. I could see that.
Just
Not
this.
with Seth, because Seth's the heel, but I could see him after this feud maybe going heel.
Yeah, because I mean, before he left AEW, he was getting that Cena treatment. Half the crowd was for him, half the crowd wasn't for him.
And what's that
Um,
about? I thought they loved Cody Rhodes. I thought he was like their indie darling. Why are they turning on him? I don't know what their beef was. Maybe they knew he was coming back to WWE or something.
no, this was before any of that talk ever emerged. I think it was just because of who he was and what his position was in the company as executive vice president. A lot of people thought that, he was trying to do things for himself or setting things up. And, him, I think people wanted to see the heel change, the heel
Yeah.
turn in AEW, but he wasn't giving it. Very similar to Cena teasing it at times, but never ever pulling the trigger. Cody was kind of doing the same thing. I mean, when Aleister Black or uh, Tommy Black, I don't know what they call him in AEW
Isn't
now.
it Malachi Black?
Malachi Black. Thank you. Um, you know, Throughout that whole thing, they started booing him,
Yeah.
wanting him to lose. It's just kind of like, I don't know. Fans are fickle. What can I say? I mean, the same fans that watch AEW are watching WWE and cheering him here. So go figure. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's
Who knows? But yeah, so he gets the win with the roll up, grabbing the tights, and there's more to be said about this one. I think this one's gonna go for a little longer.
It's a good
Uh,
feud. I'm enjoying it.
yeah. So Drew McIntyre and RK Bro versus the Bloodline, Jay and Jimmy Uso and Roman Reigns. Bloodline take it, but this match was very exciting.
Oh, it was awesome.
A lot of great spots, a lot of near counts, near falls.
It
Really,
seems to
really
me that
good.
every match the RK Bros are in now is like some of the best on the whole card. They're at Mania, everything they're doing now. They're electric, man.
Yeah, they're synced, and you're seeing a really different Randy Orton as well. I think Riddle has brought something out of him that
Yep.
a lot of people have probably tried over his career, but you're seeing a Randy Orton who's having a lot of fun.
It's like the Rock and Sock connection. They got the goofy Riddle and the serious Rock kind of thing.
100%, but I think Randy Orton is bringing a little element to it where, The Rock was trying to play it down, or Stone Cold was trying to play it down with Mick Foley. He's
Yeah,
kind of embracing it and having fun with it. It's kind of fun to see Orton having fun. Like
I
he's
like it.
legitimately having fun at what he's doing, and that's what is exciting for me. I think that's really, really cool.
They got amazing chemistry. Amazing. It's really good to see.
No, 100%. And on Sunday night wasn't their night, but they made up for it on Monday night when they took out the Street Profits, and now they're saying that they want the Usos belts. So that's not over yet. I think you're basically going to see everything unified, and the champions will just go from show to show, kind of like what the women are doing right now. And I think that's perfect. You have
Yeah, I don't
one
mind that.
champion, one, two. You have your tag team champion, you have your U.S. champion, intercontinental women's champion, women's tag team champion, and heavyweight universal whatever champion, and let them all just go across the shows,
I like that. Yeah, instead of having a Raw champ, SmackDown champ,
right?
one
I think
champ,
I
one
think
heavyweight champ, and just go at it.
yeah. Like keep SmackDown, keep Raw separate, fine.
Yeah,
Have two separate rosters there. Let them do their things. But the champions should just be able to go from show to show and entertain everyone as such. That being
yeah.
said, a lot of stuff came out on Roman Reigns. I don't know if you've heard of any of this. He signed a new deal with the WWE. And it's kind of interesting. It's kind of going to be like a Brock Lesnar type of deal where he probably won't be doing any house shows, primarily TV and pay-per-views. What do you think of that?
I love it. You don't need Roman Reigns at a house show, man. He's a champ. He's one of the best guys going. You don't need to see him at a house show. Let the young guys go there, right? You want to see him on the pay-per-views. You want to see him on the Raws and the SmackDowns, right? I think it's good for him. He's earned it. Get the best deal you can. Get as much money as you can. He's almost 40. If he isn't 40, I love it. Good for him. I'm happy for him. I know a lot of people are complaining about that, but you would take it. I would take it. Why wouldn't you take that? I mean, he's earned it.
Well, you want to work 300 days a year, or do you want to work 200 days a year?
Exactly. And for the same cash, right? And you don't need it.
Right?
When you see the champions on a house show, it kind of waters it down, right? It makes them more special when you see them less. I've always said that about Brock. And the less you see them, I think it feels more special. Oh my God, Brock's coming. Oh my God, Roman's out, right?
Yeah.
Instead of seeing
Yeah.
them,
I
when,
think I think it works for the cities like us, for example. Here in
mm-hmm.
Vancouver, we don't get pay-per-views. We don't get Monday Night Raws per se. We don't get the SmackDowns. We basically get the house shows. And that being said, I mean, I think the rest of the country is getting a house show before us.
We should get a Raw or a SmackDown or something, man.
We get nothing here. I think I was at the last Raw that was ever here in Vancouver, and The Rock was still on the roster. This would have been in 2000, 2001, maybe,
Yeah, it's been a long time.
right?
I
I
think it's
mean,
because the insurance is so high on Rogers Arena. I think that's part of the reason, like, or whatever they call it now. They still call it Rogers. Yeah, I think the insurance is really high.
it can't be
With
that
Rogers.
much higher than
They
going
don't
to
care.
like, Madison Square Garden or anything like that. I mean, I don't know, man. Is Rogers Place in Edmonton cheaper? Like,
Something to do with our city and the city council, why it's so high for WWE to come here. I can't remember the details of it, but that's part of the reason why we don't get a Raw or a SmackDown or a Money in the Bank is we'd sell this place out, no problem.
Vancouver would sell out for WrestleMania. Easy.
We fill BC Place 70,000, no problem.
Easy.
We could do 2 nights of that, no problem.
Easy.
Easy. Open
It's
the
a
roof and make it outdoors, man. We could do an outdoor
I'm
meeting.
I'm telling you, it's unfortunate. I love Vancouver. I love where we live, but I really can't stand our government. our
I know.
local government, like this, I don't know what you would call it, municipalities, I'm sick and tired of it. Like, I mean, they're taking World Cup away from us.
I
I
know.
mean, with all due respect to our Edmonton or Alberta listeners, I don't see how you guys can get a World Cup
Over
venue
us.
over
I know.
us, you know?
Vancouver's a world-class city. We got the oceans, the mountains, the trees. We got everything you want. Beautiful, awesome weather. Like, this is the place to be.
Well,
I don't get it.
keep in mind, this is the city that turned down a man who was willing to build Kerfoot, the guy who owns the Whitecaps. He was willing to build his own stadium,
I know.
no taxpayers' money, no endorsements, no handouts, nothing. He was willing to do it all on his own.
And they said
Municipality
no.
says no. You know,
What a bunch of
I
fools, man.
well, I mean, we live in a city where bike lanes take priority over everything else. So, me living downtown, I have to deal with that nonsense firsthand. Yeah, I said it. Bike lanes are a waste of space, man.
I
Straight
agree.
up.
There's too many of them there. Nobody barely uses them.
Well, they do use them. I'm not going to say they don't use them, but you
Well,
know
they
what?
use them, and not like you would think, though.
Well, no, where I am, it's used quite a bit, dude.
Is it? Okay.
Being inner city, being close to downtown and stuff, a lot of people use them. There's no, that's the truth on that, right? Maybe
Okay.
outside of the cities, you know, um, the Surreys and the Deltas and the Abbotsfords of the world. And maybe a little less that you'll see it there. But here's my take on that entirely. I think all these bike riders should have insurance like us car drivers,
Yeah.
right? The bike lanes, we pay for them through our insurance, our car insurance. All that money that comes out of that is for the transit, is for all these infrastructures, for the bikes and for the pedestrians. I think the bike people should start paying their way.
I agree. They're
If they're gonna
dangerous, man. They'll cut you off. They'll dart into traffic. They can get dangerous out there.
100%, man. We completely digress here. So let's get back to the pay-per-view here. Uh, Ronda Rousey versus Charlotte Flair in an I Quit match.
I enjoyed that one. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I thought it was really fun. I mean, every match was really good, especially this one. The women put on a great show, great spots. At the end, Ronda did win it. She's now the new SmackDown Women's Champion. I think that was the right choice.
Yeah, I agree. I'm
You
glad
know,
she got the belt.
yeah, it's only a matter of weeks before Charlotte probably wins it back. But I mean, it's interesting to see where this goes now. I was kind of waiting for Bailey to come out and attack Ronda as she was walking back from the match. It was kind of because they kept showing that shot of her, that wide shot of her as she was
Yeah.
standing there with her back to the entrance facing the ring. And I was just waiting. Okay, who's going to attack her? What's the next one? Because I'm kind of hoping this is over with Charlotte for a little bit now.
I hope Ronda holds the belt though. Goes on another feud. She deserves it, man. She's a good worker, and I don't know why people hate on her so much.
No, I think it's great too, but I just think since she's been back, all she's been feuding is it's kind of like the Happy Corbin Madcap Moss thing, right? These guys have been going at it, back and forth for a while, for the last 3 months at least.
Yeah.
I mean, with Ronda, we're going all the way back to the Rumble, so February, March, April, May. So the last 4 months, that's all she's been doing is feuding with Charlotte. I think maybe let Charlotte rest, let that feud rest, and let's put her with someone else. That
I
someone
agree.
else, I don't know. I hope it's Bailey. I know she's ready to come back.
Yeah, that'd be a good
Alexa,
program. Ronda and Bailey.
yeah, I think that'd be really good. Bailey can work just as well as Charlotte, if not even better. I think maybe Bailey might be better technically.
Yeah, that's fair.
Just
Fair point.
so I would love to see something like that. I like to see her and Shayna Baszler maybe kind of go for it. That would be a fun feud.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Right? I mean, they're former training partners. They consider themselves as part of the Four Horsewomen.
Yeah, yeah. I
Uh,
remember that. Yeah.
right. So I mean, it should be that kind of be fun. But I think Shayna's on Raw. But you know what? They can make changes. But that would be a fun feud.
Yeah.
Because outside of that, I really don't see who else could step up right now in that spot.
I think you pretty
Sasha,
much summed it up of who it could be.
her and Sasha would be fun. I don't think they've ever kind of tangled yet.
No,
I
that'd
don't
be
think
good. So
so.
many ways
That'd be
to go,
kind of fun.
right?
That would be a fun match. But yeah, so that was WrestleMania Backlash. That's
Solid card
over.
overall. Good pay per view.
I liked it. Like I said, it was wrestling heavy. There was not a lot of backstage promos or segments or anything like that. A lot of the third hour of Raw was left behind, if I could say
Yeah.
that. It was really good. I really liked it. I thought it was a good show. It's a good start to the wrestling new year. As I always say, this is the first pay-per-view of the year after WrestleMania. But now we go to Hell in the Cell. So nothing's really been established there yet. We don't really know what's going on, but we'll guys will kind of keep you posted. But here locally, we have some good stuff coming up here in the next couple of weeks too. May long weekend, All Star Wrestling is going to be at the Maritime Center here in Vancouver. That looks like to be a really good show. We'll give you more details as we get closer
We
to
will
it.
be
And
there.
yeah, we'll probably be there as well. We haven't been to an ASW show in a while due to the fact that we were traveling and we were focused on boxing. And also Loft Country Wrestling shows coming up this May as well. Scotty Mack is going to be running that show. So that should be really good. I think we're going to be there as well for that one. So we have a busy.
That's a cool event, right? It's not in an arena. It's at the guy's farm or whatever. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool
Yeah,
setting.
we're gonna bring the camera out. We'll take some shots. We'll kind of send you guys some live footage of the show while we're there, and hopefully we can catch up with Mr. Mack and some of the guys that are there. Mr. V, Mr. Beefy is going to be there as well.
Yeah.
That's Nevada. He's also been on the show with us, so it'd be nice to catch up with him and get a little update on what's going on with Uncontrolled Chaos, his
His
new book
book's
coming
coming out
out.
here soon. I think it's available for pre-order pretty fast here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. We're gonna grab our copy and we'll give you guys the information so you can grab it. The little things that I've seen on it, it looks amazing. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it looks like a really fun read. If you're a wrestling fan, I recommend it to anyone. But we'll give you more details as soon as we get them.
And we will have him back for part 2 to talk about the book and break it
Yeah,
down.
no, 100%. We are working diligently on getting some more guys on here to talk about their careers and whatnot. So we don't want to give you too much yet because we got to confirm these guys are able
We
to
got
do
some
that.
good guests coming up though, if everything pans out.
They'll pan out. Everything does pan out, man. We just got to be patient.
Yep.
Um, so we had a break from wrestling for a month. How did it feel?
It was a nice little break. It was boxing heavy. We got to see a boxing event. Got to go to Vegas. You fell in love with a beer called Stella. So I mean, it was good. It was a fun time. We still were
Still,
keeping up with wrestling, right? But
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, Stella and I've always had a closet love affair, but I kind
now
of
you've
let her.
rekindled your love.
Yeah, man, I actually went and bought a couple cans this weekend as well. I don't know if I still had a little bit of Vegas in me or something, but I felt like I needed to have a couple of beers with me while I sat down and watched the Canelo fight there. So,
And
it
how did
was
that
kind of
happen?
nice.
Was it
It was
taste good
good.
still?
It was beautiful. Yeah, it was fun. It was good. It was tasty. It was delicious. It was crisp. It was clean. I like Stella.
Yeah,
Stella's all
Stella's a
right.
good quality beer, man. Damn good beer. I only had Bud Light when I was in Vegas. I didn't realize I didn't have anything else but Bud Light.
Yeah, that's all you drank was Bud Light, bro.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna grab a Heineken one time, but I was kind of warm, so with the Bud Light. But
Yeah, yeah. But see, I kind of remember I was teaching people, like, I didn't realize I thought everyone knew this. Just grab the can from the back.
no, everybody's grabbing from the front when it's warm.
Yeah, exactly. Because it was just so what we're talking about is in Vegas at the little kiosks, they have those open fridges. So it's kind of like just an open stem. There's no door, there's no gate, there's nothing there to keep the cold in. So people are buying beer and they're grabbing a can and right from the front. And I guess the guys in front of me saw what I did. I just went there and I grabbed all the cold ones from the back. And these guys are looking at me and said, "It's much colder." They touched it like, "Oh yeah, yeah." So the
Yeah.
next thing you know, they're doing it. The guys behind us started doing it. So, we taught
Well
some
played.
people, well, hey man, Samp and Chance are always willing to teach people something new.
Yeah, that was a good little trick to know.
No, 100%. So that all being said and done, man, what are you looking for in the next little while here? What do you want to see in the world of wrestling, man? What
Just
are
want
you
to keep
hoping
seeing
for?
good feuds, good matches. Looking forward to All Star and Loft Country. Getting some live wrestling in is always fun. The kids enjoy it. So just keep on building the momentum that WWE has. They've had some good pay-per-views. Mania was great. Backlash was good. So I'm gonna start trying to watch a little more AEW here. It's just
Yeah,
hard, right?
get it no, it is what it is. I mean, AEW, it's fun. It's a good show. It's a different show. It's a different product than WWE. That's what I love
They
about.
got better commentators in WWE though, man. I've always said that.
Hey, fair play, man. The way I look at it right now, with all the promotions that are out there, there's something for everyone.
Yeah.
If you want nostalgia, then you watch NWA Power. which is kind of that studio TV.
I've only seen that once. I gotta keep. That's a studio one, right?
It's fun. It,
Yeah,
it it reminds me of my childhood, really.
kind of cool.
It's kind of old school, kind of studio recording. It's kind of fun. It's nostalgia, man.
I like that.
It brings you back to when I was a little kid. At least I do for myself. And then New Japan and whatnot. And
And for those of you that don't know, Billy Corgan, who's a singer of Smashing Pumpkins, he owns NWA, right?
yeah, he's the owner, the proprietor, and the main man for the NWA.
He's doing a good job. He
No, they're
knows.
doing a good job. They're doing a good job. I mean, they're keeping the brand alive. They're keeping that title alive. I think that 10 pounds of gold, as they call it, is probably the true heavyweight title, in my opinion.
What about Impact? Do you ever catch that? I catch it once in a while.
It's hard to catch Impact. I'll be honest. I don't know when it's on half the time, just
They
based
got
on.
quite a good YouTube following. They got like a couple million followers, eh?
Yeah, no, I mean, I catch a lot of the highlights and stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
on the odd occasion, I might catch it on the Fight Network or something. But
yeah.
for the most part, I think they run their shows on Thursdays and stuff. So
Uh,
if you're in the States, you probably have a better chance of catching it than we do up here.
yeah.
But Impact is pretty cool. I've seen some pretty cool clips come off YouTube and whatnot. So that's how I kind of keep up with that. But for the most part, I mean, I guess this is WWE and AEW country. You know, those are the two big boys right now. So
Yeah. There's only
yeah,
so much time in the day. We, you know, can't watch everything, but we will try to watch as much as we can.
well, I mean, at the end of the day, if you break it down, I mean, WWE alone is giving us 9 hours a week,
Hmm.
and then a pay-per-view on top of that, whenever it is. So 9 hours turns into 12 hours of wrestling from the WWE. And then I think AEW, gives you 3 hours on TV and then another 3 hours on their YouTube feeds. So that's 6 hours. So I mean, we're already up to 15 hours. Throw in Impact and throw in New Japan and whatnot. I think we'd average about maybe 15 to 16 hours of wrestling a week. 16 to
Easy,
16 hours of wrestling a week easily.
easily, man.
Now,
You could probably make 40 hours of it if you count NWA and do all that stuff in there.
hey, you want to be that guy? Yeah, probably. But then you throw in boxing and MMA and all the other combat sports that are out there as well. If you really want to, you could probably have a full week
Oh, easy.
of
Wow.
everything.
Yeah, there's only so much you can watch, right? So you got to
No,
pick
there's
what
only so
the
much you
best and
can.
go for it. Like at 7 o'clock, my others are playing. I can't wait to see that. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, how's that going for you?
2-2 series, man. They kicked their butt twice and then Kings shut them out 4-0. This series is unpredictable. So I think Oilers win tonight. They're at home, but hey, Kings are feisty, man. They're a young team. They're hungry.
If the Oilers lose, is it because of goaltending?
I don't know because Mike Smith had some good games. He's either really hot or he's really bad. He's 40 years old, so I think it's a team effort, right? Defense, everything. They didn't even score a goal last game. We got all this talent, so
But
can't
they're
just.
offensively heavy, aren't they? Like I don't,
Yeah, they're
now I'm
super. They're
asking.
top heavy offense, but like they didn't even get a goal last game. So where are these guys?
Well, I mean, if you're double teaming or keeping Draisaitl and then McDavid to bay, it just
Yeah, but we
shows
still
you
got
how
Evander
much.
Kane. We got Ryan Nugent Hopkins, Yamamoto. So we got some guys, right? Cassian,
But this is where guys need to step up. I mean, all I hear is Draisaitl and McDavid,
David,
Draisaitl and McDavid. That's all I always hear about,
the new
or
Gretzky.
how
Yeah.
or how shitty the goaltending is, or how
Mm-hmm.
bad their defense is.
We picked up Duncan Keith at the trade deadline. He's a little bit older, but he's a veteran back there. Won some Stanley Cups with the Blackhawks. So
Mhm. I
we'll see.
thought I thought he was there for the whole year.
Nope. No, we got him halfway through.
Oh, really? Where was he before then? He moved from Chicago.
I think we got him from Chicago, dude.
Are you sure? I think
I
he joined at the beginning of the season. I'm not
no,
sure.
we got him at the trade deadline.
We traded that. Okay,
Yeah.
shows you what I know about hockey. I mean, I like hockey and everything. Don't get me wrong, but wrestling, boxing, that's kind of where most of my attention is these days. Are you following NBA playoffs?
Yeah, I watch NBA playoffs. Yeah.
How's that going?
Good, man. There's been some exciting games. All the series are still going, so we'll see what happens, right? But
The
the
only
thing with some of these
series,
NBA guys, they're always saying they're hurt, they're back, so they don't want to play. But 20 years ago, Michael Jordan, he never missed a game. You know what I mean? In the playoffs. So it's just like this guy called Ben Simmons keeps saying his back's sore. Well, nobody knows how he hurt his back. The doctors say his back's fine, but he hasn't played in a year, made $25 million. Like they gotta have some
yeah,
sort of They got to change
Well,
this CBA and NBA and make these guys play.
yeah, shame on Brooklyn for signing him then, I mean, if this is what
Well,
he was
Steve
doing in
Nash, he's a great Canadian, but as a coach, man, he's got no control of these guys. He's just a yes man. They bully him around. Like, come on, dude. So
he plays for Brooklyn, right?
Brooklyn Nets, Ben
But
Simmons. Yeah. He was a good player, but he hasn't played in a year. He made $25 million, hasn't played a game. Said he was cleared to play, and then he said his back was sore. He didn't play in the playoffs. Like, come on, dude.
so he's got $25 million in his pocket and he hasn't played a single game
In 1 year,
in one
365
year.
days.
Wow. Reminds
And
me
he
of a
said his
guy I
back
know.
was sore, but the doctor's like, his back looks fine to us. He keeps saying it's too sore to play. Get your ass out there and try at least, dude.
Yeah,
People don't have more respect for you.
I always question basketball players like, oh, my toe hurts or my
No, it's
pinky hurts,
ridiculous, dude.
right? But then someone explained to me that those are key elements to their game. I guess your feet have to be and your
If you
hands
have a
have
sore
to
toe,
be.
yeah, you can't run. I lost my toenail when I was working and it fell off and I tried to play soccer, dude, and I couldn't even move on it.
So I guess from that perspective, it makes sense. I don't know. I mean,
It's definitely a different generation of athlete. They're a lot more sensitive. They're a lot more load management. They don't want to play every game. But some guys do, but the majority don't. They want to play out of 82 games, they want to play 60. If they go to Cleveland on a Tuesday night, they don't feel like playing.
that's
But
not
back
fair.
in the day, if you're paying your money, you'd see Larry Bird, you'd see Michael Jordan, you'd see Magic Johnson. They want to play. It's different.
I see that in soccer as well. Like a lot of times, I think one of the big things about having the Whitecaps here or getting them into MLS for me was the opportunity to see the international teams come in, the other teams, the other club
Mhm.
teams from around the world to come in. We've gotten nothing.
I know.
We haven't seen one team come through here. And you know why? Because none of these guys want to play on turf,
Yeah, it's a huge problem. They don't like that.
right? Which is kind of unfortunate because I'm thinking, why not? I mean, at the end of the day, it's a pitch.
Yeah.
It's a quality pitch. It's a world quality pitch.
Hmm.
I don't understand why, teams don't want to play here.
It's all about their body and the money, man. They're all worried about hurting themselves and bottom line
No,
dollar, right? Not like the athletes of old where they just get out there playing a dirt patch if that's all they had.
I don't know. We're lucky, man, that we're an hour and a half away from Seattle. Then we can go see the Sounders play Barcelona or Liverpool or something like that. But yeah, man. So we've kind of covered all the sports here today.
Yeah.
Anything on your mind?
I'm gonna give you a chance at top five. Are you ready?
Hit me, man. And you know what, guys? This is completely off the cuff. I have no idea what he's throwing at me.
All right.
So
So this is
throw
chance
on.
top five. Let's hear Bobby Sampson's your personal top five favorite promo mic guys in wrestling. Your top five favorite all time.
All time Dusty Rhodes, number one. Ric Flair, number two. The Rock, number three. And I don't think this is in any particular order.
Yep.
Um, MJF and The Miz.
It's a good list. I didn't
Yeah,
see those coming, but yeah, they're great on the mic.
yeah, they're probably. I think MJF and The Miz are probably the two best right now.
I, I don't disagree with that. They're money on the mic right now, dude.
Both of them are, and I would love to see MJF come. I keep saying MJF come to the WWE. I think that would just be.
One day you will.
He keeps talking about it, man. His contract's up in 2023, I believe, at the end of 2023. And he keeps calling his shot. I don't know if Tony Khan, if it's a work or if he's trying to get under Mr. Khan's skin. But
It's
I
hard to
think
say.
Vince is too smart to fall for it,
Yeah.
right? I mean, I don't know if AEW success translates to WWE success. That's just my opinion. I don't know.
No, I agree with that.
How many
Like
guys
Cody
came
Rhodes.
over? Well, I mean, there was a handful of guys who came over from WCW and actually did something in WWE,
Hmm.
right? I mean, Booker T would probably be one guy.
Jericho,
Jericho would have been another guy.
Eddie,
Eddie Guerrero,
Benoit.
ah,
He had a pretty good run there. He was champ. He had some good matches.
yeah, no, he did, and that's just
Big Show.
completely based on the wrestling. Yeah, Big Show as well, but he had advantages being the Big Show, just
Yeah.
being big and whatnot. But Jericho, Eddie, you know, Booker,
Benoit, Key.
yeah, Benoit, I guess to a certain extent, you know, I
Ray,
Rey Mysterio, yeah, absolutely.
still going. Still
Yeah,
going
you got
strong.
about 4 or 5 guys. out of a whole entire roster that created something for themselves in WWE.
Yeah.
So I don't know if MJF
I
would
guess
would
you could say Flair too. I mean, he was already established, but he had a pretty good run in WWE. Kind of refound himself again. Did
Yeah, he
evolution.
did. No, absolutely. But I didn't count him only because he already had that one run when back
Yeah.
in the 90s.
Yeah, that's true.
So, between 90 and 92, he was already there and he was already there on his name anyways. I was thinking more so along guys that most people didn't really, really know per se, unless you watch WCW.
What about your boy William Regal?
Wow, Regal is another guy. Yeah, absolutely. He kind of came from there as well. But
Still the best Raw general manager ever, I think. He was amazing, dude.
I think he was the best Raw general manager. I think he was the best NXT manager.
Yeah, he's amazing.
And what he's doing with that Blackpool Fighting Club now in AEW is absolutely fun. It's really
Hmm.
fun. Dude, I highly recommend trying to catch AEW tomorrow.
Yeah, I love the Regal, man.
The Regal is awesome, man.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Absolutely. All right, guys. So that being said, we're gonna wrap it up here because I know my man here has to get ready for his hockey game at 7 p.m. I need to edit and put this thing together so we can get this out to the masses. So that being said, I am Bobby Sampson. Thank you so much for giving us your time and letting us into your years. It means the world to us. Again, please, if you've lasted this long with us, and if you haven't, go down to the bottom of your screen and just hit that like and hit that subscribe button. That's all I'm asking. On behalf of Bobby Sampson, Mr.
And
Chance Michaels,
in the words of the great ACDC, for those who download, subscribe, and like the podcast, we salute you.
100%. Thank you. And everyone, until you hear from us again, please be safe and stay humble. Everyone, have a great night. Good night.